Okay, we're getting ready to learn how to do tefillin. Here is the bag. You have one on the left and one on the right. Always when you take out, you reach out to take, you take out on the right, on the left side. And remember, you put on the tefillin on the left side so that when you put back the hand tefillin, you put them on the left side. And you want to take them out first. When I take out the box, I just want to show you that first the nut is always loose, because when you put it back, last time you used it, you untie the nut, you make it very loose. When you open the box, you open the bottom, and then you take it out. When you put it back later, if you were to put it on the bottom and close, it will not close. You rather stick it inside, and then you close. Also, the strap should be, when you put it, should be placed underneath the bottom. Otherwise it will not fit. They have to go underneath. And then you make sure that the nut, this nut, is always by the spot where it belongs, the opening. So I took out the tefillin. I take it out of the box. First thing I do, I kiss it. That's why there is an opening here to kiss. And I open up and remove the sleeve, lift it up. I also remove the watch so that the hand is not being covered by anything other than the tefillin. And before I start, to make it easy, I make sure the strap is straight. Take a look. Because it was curled up on the tefillin box, I want to make sure it's straight. It makes it a lot easier to put on. When I put it in, what I'm looking at is this nut should be close to my heart, and it goes in first. I don't put it in like that, because then the nut is facing outside, but rather this way so that the yud faces inside. I put it around where the muscle, the top of my hand muscles are, and a little bit towards the heart. The best way to do is take my hand and support the box. Now I have my other hand free. The first thing I want to do is, you see this nut? I want to make it very, very tight. I want to make sure the nut is all tight. So I'm grabbing the string and I bring it to my same hand. Now this hand is doing two things. First is holding it so it shouldn't move, and second, it's holding it very tight. Once I have this strap here, I go with the other hand and I move it with the box. I hope you can see it, and I push over here. Now you see there is no extra strap here, and I do it one more time to make sure it's very, very tight. What I did was, I did two things. First, I made the nut very, very tight. Second, the yud, this nut is still connected very close to the box. Now that I have it, all I need to do is just push it down a little bit, and now I have it very, very tight. You see, it's not going to move. Now it's time to do a blessing. So I say, Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kiddushanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu La'aniach Tefillin. As soon as I did this, very carefully, I bring up 1 and 2. Now I have 3 over here, makes a letter Shin. I bring them up a little bit, and I reposition the yud, the nut, to touch the box, and I bring it up. Here we go. This is how I want it to be. You see the nut is connected to the box, should be touching the box. Those two straps are attaching it. You see over here 3, and they are not overlapping each other, rather it's a shin. The next is fairly easy. I do 7, 1, always doubling itself 3 times in total. 1 times 2 is 2, so I make 2. And then 2 times 2 is 4, and I have a total of 7. One important thing, I want to make sure there is no one of the straps overlapping. They're not touching, they are separated from each other so that they're totally separate rounds. Once I did this, all 7 must be before the wrist. After the wrist, past the wrist, I do one more, and then right now I just wrap them together to have the hand available to pick up the other tefillin. I take the tefillin bag and I take out the tefillin for the head. The best way to do it is I pull out on this side, I pull out on this side, I remove the knot. The same thing I'm going to do here. When I take it out, opening it up and take it out this way. First thing you do is you kiss the tefillin. Now, you want to make sure that the knot on the bottom of the head tefillin and the top are equal. And this is pretty much equal. What I do is, I take those two straps. I want to make sure they're straight, they're not curled up. And I'm separating with one hand and holding the part that will be over my head. And I bring it up that those two loose ones are on both sides of my head. Now, I place this where it belongs and I lower it down. Now I have my tefillin. I just want to make sure it's right in the middle where my nose is. So let's say, I think I'm pretty safe there. And the next thing is to make sure the black side on the strap is out. So if that's not on the black side, I do it now. And here I am. Now I go back over here. Take this out. Remember, we did 7 up to the wrist. Now we do one more and another one. And then from the inside, I go to the middle finger. I do 1 second between the second and the third part, right in the middle part. And then I go to over the first one, in front of the first one. You see how I went over the first one? This was number 1, this is 2, this is number 3. Again, I do 1, 2, and then I go back 3. Now I'm finishing off from inside. Everything I did was inside. What I did is I created a daled. This is the letter daled. And I finish off. And finally I want to make a letter yud. So I stick this in here. And here we have a yud. This is letter yud. This is a little thingy. Now I have the tefillin. Over here it looks like that. You see over here 3. Inside it's about 2, I believe. And the knot is all tight. The loop is very small and the yud should touch the box. When I take it off, and make sure that this tefillin comes no lower than where the hair starts growing. Obviously I don't have any hair, so you won't be able to see it, but I'm sure you should be able to. Also, I have spoken throughout, but once you make the blessing over here, you are not allowed to talk until after you complete wrapping yourself with tefillin. So the way we take it off is the same order as we put it on. We release the hand to enable the hand to walk with the tefillin on the head. So, see what I did? Up to the wrist, and I wrap it around so it shouldn't disturb me. I take off, just like that. Don't have to take off my yarmulke. If I have to, I do, but take a look again. When I put it on like that. When I take it off, I hold my yarmulke for a minute, lift it over, and I took it off. Crease it, put it inside the box. Again, remember, the straps have to go under the bottom, and you put it in first. You close it. Now, you take the knot, you bring it, you see it should be in the middle, you bring it up, and whatever remains, you fold underneath. That's how it should be. I have both sides, and then I take one and I wrap it around. The remaining part I bring here. Number 2. Now I have it. kiss it again, and remember that what we do is we are putting it on the right side of the box, because the tefillin are placed on the left hand, so you know they're on the left side, and you must be taking them out first. Now I unwrap the tefillin over here. Try and make sure the straps do not touch the ground, because they are holy straps, and it's disrespect for the tefillin to have them touch the ground. When I come here, what I do is I hold by the knot and I lift it up to loosen it up, so I should be able to take it out of my hand, and I bring it out. First thing you do is you kiss. Same way here, I open up the box and I bring the bottom underneath the loop, and I put this in first. Now I have it. The only thing to do now is make this loose. Remember, as we started, it had to be loose. So look, I'm holding the box with my two hands, and with my one hand, and the other hand I'm holding over here. With this finger, with these two fingers, I'm holding the nut for moving, and I'm pulling. When you pull, this will give in, and it will allow for the loop to be very wide. You don't need to make it that wide, but you need to make it like that. Now that I did it, I bring it back. The first thing I want to do is to push the yud, this nut, against the box. So I bring it up. That will bring it up. And the simplest thing to do is bring it to the side and start wrapping. You have to make it very, very tight. If you don't make it tight, you have a good chance that it will fall apart. Again, be smart. As you go along, you remember to undo the loops that are created, the curls. You see, a lot of curls. It will make it a lot harder if you don't do that. If you run out of space, which I didn't, but if you're over the top, you can move back to here. Look how I do it. You just move back, and now you go over the yud. And here we have it. Remember which side to put it? We're going to put it on the left side, so that when we take it out, we take it from the left side. I hope it helps. Thank you.